Welcome to video 3 of our mini-series exploring Tantric sex and the different qualities between Tantric sex and what we know as the physical of sex. In today's video, I wish to explore the conversation with you in the very subtle and but profoundly different needs of the masculine and the feminine. I just want to pause there for a moment before I go any deeper in this conversation that I'm not saying conforming to gender roles of man and woman, because I'm very much aware and respectful and honouring of going beyond gender roles, and that this, in a different conversation, is very much part of a higher sexual consciousness when we let go of being defined by man and woman and the roles those play. So when I'm saying masculine and feminine, if you are in a female body but you very much feel like masculine energies, then I would lean more towards what I'm saying about masculine energy. And the same as if you're in a male body, you're born with a male body but you lean more towards feminine qualities, and I know this is fluid, then lean more towards what I'm saying about the feminine. If you do define yourself by the form you were born in, male form or female form, man or woman, then yes, then listen to what I'm saying in relation to your body. So men lean more towards the masculine and women lean more towards what I'm saying about the feminine. So let's continue. So there's very different qualities that the masculine energy and the feminine energy not just desire and maybe not have a language for, but need in sex for it to come from a place that is deeply nourishing, deeply fulfilling, and allows each person to be met as a sexual being. These conversations I've been sharing with you for the past few months are all about being, the energy of being, and bringing that into our sex. It's very, very important that it's not just about bringing our being into every aspect of our life, but not sex. It's about bringing our being into sex. And when we bring our being into sex, it profoundly changes our experiences with another, but also the experience of ourself. The feminine energy very much needs to be met from the circumference inwards. So this is why for the feminine energy, the environment is very important, that kind of safe environment, the ambience, so the candles, the soft music, and the attentiveness of that. It doesn't have to be making such a conscious decision to have candles and music, but still the environment matters and what is in the environment. Feminine energy is very, very alert to the environment, and when the environment feels safe, we feel that we can drop down and into our sex. So if there's been an argument in the environment, if there's friction in the environment, if the environment feels unsafe, if the environment feels that the feminine cannot surrender and trust and let go, she won't. Or and I'm saying she as in the feminine, not defining that by women. The feminine won't. So the environment is very, very important. And the little things like the language and the flirting and the being met before sex is met, being honoured, devoted to, loved, cared for, kindness, tenderness, the conversation, even before touch. It's always what's going on in the environment. So the feminine needs to be met from the circumference, from the outside in. And then when the circumference, the outside in, has been met, then that's when that simmering, that sexual simmering can start to fire up and move, because it's okay. I'm safe, I can surrender. The environment is holding me. The environment is holding me, and the environment has met me from the outside in. Can you see the difference here? In that often people in a female body, the women, the first thing in sex, our breasts are touched, our clitoris is touched, so we're very met from the internal, the internal, I don't know how to describe the word, from the physical self before the environment is met. And this is more the masculine approach, because the masculine's fire is very much held in the lingam, the penis, the sexual genitals, and the masculine needs support in coming from the in out. So the feminine we meet from the circumference in, and the masculine we support to come from in, the fire in, and spreading out. So the masculine, the male body, needs to be met in a different way. The male body, we can hold the lingam, not go straight away into friction of fire, but hold the lingam and hold the heart space and actually support all this fire, this tension, this passion, this sexual energy to move out to the circumference of the body and meet the environment. You can see, as I've just lightly touched before, how sex is very much, the physical sex is very much met straight to the body, straight to the physical body, straight to objectifying the body as sex, but particularly parts of our body, the breasts, the lingam, the yoni. And this is where there is a misalignment in what is happening here. And so sex can't come into its full flowering, into its full potential. All the time it is only from the masculine approach. When you can bring the feminine approach into that, then there is harmony, then there is music, then there is dance, then there is singing between the masculine and the feminine energies. And this is a difference between what tantric sex is inviting for us to explore. Sorry, I get very excited. For us to explore, and the physical. These are the subtle differences that we can start to notice and be aware of in our relationships, and also for ourselves. You know, what energy do I lean more towards? Masculine, feminine. If you are a woman that knows you're way over in your masculine, then start to move more towards your feminine. Start to have more relationship with the environment and knowing what you need for your nest before you come into sex, and maybe asking for those needs to be met. It's very important that we know this about ourselves, so then we know what we need to be our fullest self, not just in our sex, but in our life experiences.